Manifestation really sells you this idea that you'll just never experience pain. If things don't go right, you can just manifest things to be different. Manifest more money, manifest your partner to come back that they broke up with you, manifest whatever, anything, any problem that you deal with in your life in general, you can just change it using manifestation techniques. And like, I don't know, some pain is meant to be experienced. Sometimes things are not going to go the way you want them to. And it's sad, it sucks, but like, what are you going to do? I've tried, like, every time something bad happens, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to fucking change this. I'm just going to work on myself so that this doesn't happen. You really have to do a lot of work on your subconscious mind to not struggle with the things that you struggle with. And some people have these reoccurring vices that just they can never break free from, and at some point you just have to go through it. A lot of people get through hard times just by telling themselves they're gonna just like manifest a new life. And I think at a certain point you've done that so many times that you start to associate manifestation with lack, or you start to associate those type of technique as part of the struggle. It starts to feel like you think that, like, oh my fucking gosh, that's why you're suffering, is because you're not actually doing the work on yourself on a regular basis. You're waiting for some shit to go wrong before you actually work on yourself. When the lessons come up, you're not dealing with them. You're reactive as opposed to preventative. You let external things start to take your focus away from yourself. You let other people start to become your source of happiness. You let external outcomes dictate your emotional state. Eventually, you're going to lose the life you manifested, or the things that you manifested, because that's not how you hold a reality. That's not how you maintain the state of the wish fulfilled. The reason why I'm suffering so badly is because I wait for things to go wrong to go inward. And it feels very counterintuitive. Like, the whole point of manifestation is to teach you the state that you should always be in. You should always be choosing how you respond as opposed to just reacting emotionally to things. You should always be at least somewhat self-aware enough to check in with yourself. You should always be moving with light, and you should always be treating others the way you want to be treated. You shouldn't have to teach yourself every couple of months how to be a good person. That is concerning. That means there's some type of block in you, or the environment that you're in, it's making you a bad person. That's the easiest way to explain it. Your environment's making you a shitty human being to the point where you can't trust yourself. You can't just go on autopilot without tail spinning and going off a cliff. Like, you know, those self-driving cars. When you have to manifest something every single time, I'm realizing it means that you can't trust yourself. Your default mode is self-sabotage. That's why I've been suffering, is because my default mode has been to fuck up my life, to sabotage my results, to avoid uncomfortable situations, to just keep myself safe in the familiar known, even if that familiar reality is causing me to, in the long run, not progress, not get better, not make money, not be happy, etc. You are going to still experience hardship. Things are still going to be hard. Even if you manifest a new life, even if you have completely changed everything about yourself and your environment, there's always going to be new lessons to learn. Like, eventually the person you manifested that you cried yourself to sleep at night praying God for is going to start pissing you off, and you're going to be like, wow, I fucking hate this person. And the same thing goes with your business, your career. The job you prayed God for is damn near killing you and like stealing your life force energy away from you. That's honestly just how it goes with anything. There's gonna come a time where you're gonna become unsatisfied with the thing that you have, that you once were begging the universe for. Everything comes and goes, everything has its expiration date, and like, that's okay. Just because they broke up with you doesn't mean you need to manifest them back. Just because something that had its time has passed does not mean it's time to like go relive it. Sometimes manifestation doesn't work. People will get so like upset if I say that, but I have been in a situation where I tried to manifest somebody back and it was a little bit better, but like the core problem still persisted, because a lot of times what is leading you to want to relive that experience is a part of yourself that needs to die. Why are you trying to manifest this toxic man back in your life? It's because you still find that shit attractive. A part of you has not yet accepted that that's self-sabotage, that that's not healthy for you. That's not something you should want. It might be what you're conditioned to want. It might be something that you're familiar with from your parents or your attachment style or whatever. But just because you're familiar with it and it's rooted in your subconscious and it feels right to you doesn't mean that it is right for you. Letting stuff go is got a dual purpose. Number one, it's to help you detach from the outcome so that you can do what you need to do, re-engage with whatever it is in a healthy and calm, neutral way. But then the other side of it is once you get to that point of acceptance, like genuinely, you just don't want to. You don't want to go back. I've actually rediscovered happiness and I've rediscovered myself outside of whatever situation is causing me so much pain. I'm good either way. That's the state where you manifest, because when you genuinely get to that point, people will start coming back into your life. You will start attracting different opportunities or experiences, and that's when you have a decision to make. You know, like, do you really want to go back in? Do you want to go back into this tunnel, or did it serve its purpose and you're ready to move on? Just because something is hard doesn't mean it can't be done. Yeah, I think that a lot of us turn to manifestation as a way to protect ourselves from the pain of the present moment. We tell ourselves, no, I can do anything. I can manifest this though, but I can change my reality whenever I want. And yeah, it does help you sometimes to get through it, because you can remember your true power, remember who you really are, remember that this situation is only transitory, is not permanent. But at the same time, you might get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm actually glad this happened. Because if you keep attracting the same toxic patterns or toxic people or unlucky situations with money, enter the portal, go down the rabbit hole of manifestation just so you can learn what the optimal state is. These certain high vibe states sometimes aren't even really high vibe, they're just ego trips. What I thought was a manifestation of my wildest dreams was actually more like a dopamine high that I was getting for a few months, and now the high is gone. There's a very big difference between pleasure and happiness. There's a difference between an opportunity and an obligation. Like, you wanted some big job and some big title and big paycheck, and really you had to earn every fucking penny. Or sometimes you can't tell the difference because you're just so excited to make it for someone else to put you on or acknowledge your worth, when really you need to be acknowledging your own worth the whole time. That's the only thing that you can control, is your own relationship with yourself. And jobs and money that other people give you, or relationships that other people give you, opportunities that other people give you, the source of everything is you and your relationship, co-creating with the universe, co-creating with God. You can't put your power in other people, because other people and money and opportunities come and go, and other people are not something you can control. You will save yourself so much pain and suffering if you can understand that and not get caught up in external things.